looking for values in paints, and so I made this from some other paints that I had. All these are watercolors, and so the idea being able to create very light values and then very dark values. And so on this side, very little pigment, a whole lot of water. On this side, a whole lot of pigment and very little water on that. So we're going to do that with our things, and I got this bigger paper so that we could have some spaces here, but we need to do this drawing first here on there so we can divide it up and have our spaces. For that, we're going to need a ruler like that, and I'm going to need something to draw with, which is a pencil. Okay, here we go. This one will work for us. And so here's what I want you to do on these ones. I've divided it up so we can use these see-through rulers to make this into something that's going to work for us. So the ruler itself, when we look at it, is 2 inches wide. Okay, so this is the 1 inch mark, and then this is the 1/2 inch mark on those on each side, right? And then you can kind of see that these are obviously going to be our little squares and stuff that we're working on it. So the advantage of that is I can set my my ruler like this. So I'm going to set it a 1/2 inch in, so right on this line over here. So and then I'm going to make myself, so I put the magenta little line right on the edge of the paper, hold it down, and then I'm just going to draw a line like that. Pretty cool. Then over from that, I need a 1 inch line, and so I'm looking at this right here. I'm looking through the ruler, and I set it right in the middle on the line I just drew. You can also use a double check on the sides on those ones, and then I'm going to draw a line. So the squares that we're making are 1 inch thick with a 1/2 inch in between. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to measure from here over a 1/2 inch, so somewhere around there, right? And so there's my 1/2 inch. And draw down like that.
Where are they get at one of the rulers at?
Just right in the corner on the boxes.
Oh.
Okay, then so I have that one. So there's a 1/2 inch, there's an inch, 1/2 inch. So I need another inch mark here, and I need 4 of these. Is what we're going to have to do. So I need 4 1 inch lines, then a 1/2 inch. And then a 1 inch. So this is 1, 2, this is the third one. That's pretty good. And then do a 1/2 inch. And 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be my last one. Okay, so this is just going to be 1 inch here. So I should have a 1 inch one right here, a 1 inch here with the 1/2 inch in between, and then the final one over here. That didn't show up very well. Let me redraw that. Running out of juice in my pencil. All right, so that's cool. So now I need to space these down every 1/2 inch and then an inch. So I'm going to turn this sideways and do the exact same process, except I need a total of 8 thicker ones on that one. So let's. I'm right-handed, so I got to do it this way. I'm terribly right-handed on that one. So in a 1/2 inch, like this, and then I'm going to put this line coming across there. So in a 1/2 inch from the border, then I need a 1 inch square eventually. So I'm going to put this in here like this. And so now you see that I have 1 inch square locations where I can put in the colors, and then they're separated by a 1/2 inch boundary. I realize this is one of those little exacting things, and then we're going to do 1 inch, and I got to make 8 of these, right? This is the longer version of it. 1/2 inch, 1 inch. If you ever get confused, you're like, well, am I doing the 1/2 inch, or take this over so you can see 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch. So I need a 1/2 inch here, because sometimes I get confused on things. And then 1 inch. and 1/2 inch. And this will make a nice little chart for us. I've done the same thing with oil paints too, and trying to figure out just what the values are that you have in there to give you a wider range, because it's like it gives you a whole new color to work with. It's actually just a variation of the original color. We're flying. I'm not keeping track on counting here on this one. I probably should, because I know I'm right near the end. I think I got one more in me. I made these so that there's going to be just a little bit of a bigger space right at the end on this one. Let me count here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, one more. And then this is number 8. And there's a little bit bigger space, like I said, just down here at the end on that, on one of the sides. Okay, so it's up to you. I'm going to write the color over here on those. You could have it this way and write the color over here. It doesn't really matter on that one, but I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I need this, I need this, I need this, and I probably need a brush. I had one somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to wait a minute. Mr. White always gets in a hurry and wants to get going on things. So I'm going to wait just a minute to make sure people have a chance to finish up their little chart, their little diagram on that. And I'm just going to go through I'm going to do red first. Let's see. So I'm going to write someplace right here, red. Red. And then we'll wait just a moment, then we'll add the paints.